What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Talk MMA. I'm Colby,
Brodie.
and we're going to be going over the 324 results before diving into our 325 predictions. So let's get right into it. Starting off the night, we had a banger with Ty Miller getting it done as he should have. 1 second left on the clock, absolutely nuking Adam Fugit. It was nice. I don't think it gets better than that on your UFC debut. First round knockout coming out, doing exactly what the people thought he was going to do, working that long jab, the 1-2 over and over and over again. And it paid off for him. Looked really, really good in his debut. I think he's going to be a problem for this division. What were your
Yeah,
thoughts, Brodie?
that last second finish was crazy. I did not see it coming.
I got scared when he got hit with the spinning elbow there, split him open really, really bad. It buckled his knees for a second, too.
He's got a good chin on him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He's tough. He's young, 26. Unfortunately, that was the only slip that ended up paying on the night. We had the straight Ty Miller round 1 KO. Luckily, got my money back from it, so the rest of the night was close, but we'll get into that. Ty Miller getting it done in one. And very eerily, another person getting it done, 4:59, 1 second left on the clock. Josh Hockett getting it done with the first middle finger TKO at heavyweight. He looked great, man. He looked aggressive. I was saying myself that Freeman was going to come out looking like the better striker. That didn't happen. Not for a second. He came out, he got decimated. Josh Hockett looking like an All-American, doing what he does. The scorecards didn't matter. He came out just looking fantastic, looking like he's going to be an absolute problem for heavyweights. He can wrangle lightning and tangle thunder. What do you say? Brittany Griner's a man. That awesome post-fight interview. You love seeing it, man. We haven't seen some energy like that since Chael Sonnen. It's nice to see it in the heavyweight division.
Denzel Friedman was just awful again. He didn't land one strike on Hockett. This was Hockett's fight the whole round. He dominated. He controlled. There's nothing you can say bad about Hockett except if you don't like his mic work. You can't hate the skill of him.
I don't know if you saw the post-fight press conference, but he had a very, very like WWE and his manager type interview going on. It was really funny. It was really good. He's entertaining. He's definitely going to be a problem at heavyweight for a long time. He's so young. Scorecards didn't matter. We were hyped after that. I thought that was crazy. 2 last-second knockouts to start the year off. And then speaking of first-round knockouts, Alex Perez coming in and just decimating the slips early in the night, man. I thought the weight miss was going to affect him more. He looked really bad. Usually, you miss by 3-4 pounds, it's going to look like that. You're either going to look horrible, or on the flip side of the coin, you're going to look like you might have did it on purpose. And he looked good. He came out, he hit harder, he looked faster. Charles Johnson looked like he didn't get a chance to wake up.
Poor CJ. He didn't deserve that, man. He was on a come up. He was doing good.
It was rough.
Perez looked real rough on the scales. He was shaking on there. He was taking slow steps. I did not see this. I didn't see this coming. I thought the distance would have been a problem. I thought Johnson would have had, despite anywhere he wanted it.
I don't think anybody saw this coming. I'm not sure how many people had Perez by KO, especially in the first round on your slip, but if you did, I'm sure it paid off nice. Once again, continuing the KO streak up to 4 to start the year off. We had Bukowskis and Krylov. Went the exact opposite way I thought it was going to go, man. He's not Ty Miller. He can't work the 1-2 only and expect it to work. And clearly, at this point in Bukowskis' career, that's all he has left in the arsenal is a 1-2, a 1-2, a 1-2, over and over and over and over again. And he didn't get it done in the first round, and he seemed lost in there. He didn't know what to do. And he kept trying to throw a 1-2, and it just wasn't paying off. Krylov caught on to the timing, figured him out, picked him apart, and put him down late in the third.
I don't know what was wrong with Bukowskis in this fight. Like you said, all he has is the 1-2 now in his arsenal. He didn't learn anything new. He didn't pick up any new tricks. He's training with Tom Aspinall, and he can't learn nothing. Krylov has a glass chin, and he just couldn't follow up with anything.
Bukowskis was hitting him pretty good with some of them, but he had no follow-up. It was just 1-2. There was no 3, 4, 5, 6 like Elliott talks about. There's no follow-through. There's not enough boxing combinations in the
The
UFC.
1-2 would crack, and then he wouldn't. Krylov would start to crumble, and Modestas wouldn't follow through.
That's
He
where,
wouldn't follow him, hunt him down. He
yep,
wouldn't. The killer instinct isn't there in Modestas.
you land a crack in 1-2, you should be driving through with your shoulder, following up 3, 4, 5, 6, hit him to the body, push him against the cage, bully him a little bit. But he just didn't have it in him tonight. He didn't turn it on.
And he deserved to be knocked out at the end. He didn't deserve to go to decision with that. Good on
No.
Krylov.
Yep. Was happy to see Krylov get it done in the end. Good for him, ending his own losing streak. And we'll see how this pans out. I don't really know what entails next for either of them, but we'll see. Moving up the card. What were the scorecards first? We had 2019, 2018. Damn. All right. Moving up the card to end the KO streak. Ateba Gautier and Andre Pelaev. I don't know what to say, man. I've heard people saying that Pelaev got robbed. You're objectively wrong. Ateba came out in the first 15, 20 seconds, just decimated Pelaev, dropped him, nuked him, did it again 2, 3 more times in the round. Pelaev later in the fight, like in the third round, was working that body kick really good. I know that was hurting, but he didn't really have anything. Ateba's stronger, younger, faster, hits way, way, way harder. It was nice to see someone like Ateba go to a decision at this point in his career and know that he's not completely unstoppable. He is human, and I'm excited to see where they push his career from here.
This was low IQ on Ateba. If he would have worked the body shots when he had Pulaev against the cage, he could have got the finish. It felt like he wanted to go to decision for some reason. Maybe test his gas tank, prove everybody he's more than a first round knockout guy. I thought it was stupid. Should have kept up the KO streak.
He's young in his career. He's got to work on his finishing instinct.
Low IQ moment. If the body's open, stop punching the guard. He's pinned
Agreed.
against the cage. He's not going nowhere. Rip the body.
And we knew that was going to be Pelaev's defensive game going into this. He always has a high, tight guard, and that's what you do. You rip the body. 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Pelaev squeaking out that third round on 2 judges' scorecards. I agree with it. Good judging on the first decision of the year. Moving up the card, we have Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo. Kind of what we expected, Brodie made a really good point Saturday night. Umar is only as exciting as his opponent will allow him to be. And Davison just not at a point in his career where he can have an exciting fight. Umar was faster, hit harder, the wrestling was better, everything was just better all around. I don't think he necessarily looked like a minus 1500 in this fight, but I don't think his opponent gave him the opportunity to.
The only part where he looked like a minus 1500 was probably the first round, where Figgy didn't land one punch until like the last 30 seconds on the ground.
Yep.
Besides
That was a rough
that,
start for Figgy.
Umar should have finished this fight too, and he just didn't do it. There's no instinct in him to do it. He's a decision machine like Merab, except he's not exciting at all. The
Nope.
Batista fight was exciting because Batista is exciting.
Yep.
The Sandhagen fight was exciting because Sandhagen is exciting. Merab fight because Merab's exciting. Umar's just so boring.
He's only as exciting as his opponent will allow him to be. Still, great all-around fighter. You can't take it from him. They got to give him Jan, or if they want to make him wait a little bit longer, they give him a Merab rematch. But we'll see him fighting for the title again soon for sure. Umar taking it clear 30-27 all around. Could have had a 10-8 that first round, but they don't seem too willing to give him out this year. So moving up the card, we've got Gene Silva and Arnold Allen. Banger, banger, banger fight. Exactly what we expected. Two dudes just coming out, looking to bang, looking to kill each other. I agree with the scorecards 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Allen just didn't have enough in him. Silva clowning on him and then surfing on him in the end, looking like Mario and a Goomba. Surprisingly, Dana wasn't pissed about that. I thought he was going to be really upset about that, but he enjoyed it. Gene always enjoys being in the octagon. Always a fun fight. What do you do next with them? Maybe the loser of Lerone Murphy and Evloev, because they should get a title shot. But we're gonna have to wait and see how this main event pans out and see where 145's heading.
Yeah, like it was a real fun fight. Silva jumping off the back at the end was awesome. All I know is I am very much looking forward to seeing Gene Silva rematch with Vallejos whenever that happens.
Yep. That's going to be a fun fight. That's going to be, I wouldn't say necessarily deserved yet for Vallejos. Maybe give him another one or two. But
Vallejos has
soon. We'll see
more
it.
work to do.
Who knows? Maybe we see it for a belt next year. You never know. Gene Silva looked, I think he looked good. I don't think he looked timid like a lot of people expected to coming off that finish from Diego. I think he looked like the Silva of old. He looked good.
Yeah, still playing with his food. He's
Yep.
never gonna stop.
Nope. That's something he needs to stop doing because he could have got the finish a couple of times in my opinion, especially towards the end. Arnold Allen wasn't really getting up. He was staying on his knees. He could have stood over him and cracked him a couple of times and finished him, but that's Silva, you know, he likes to showboat. Anything else you want to say about this one, Brodie?
No, I'm good with that one.
All right.
Robbery.
Yeah, first clear robbery of the year, man. I mean, we said it before they even read the scorecards off. We were like, they're gonna give it to Silva because of her placement in the politics in the sport. Rose Namajunas definitely won this fight. She took 2 rounds to 1. I don't
I
have
had
the
Rose
scorecards
one
up in front of me. I also had Rose 1 and 3. Uh, I don't see how you could give Natalia Silva the first round. The second was clear Silva in my opinion, but Rose on her way out of her career. Not I don't want to say on her way out of her career, but she's in the later stages of her career. Natalia Silva, they're really, really, really trying to push her up even more and make her into a women's superstar. So we knew what was about to happen. It's politics in the sport. Good pressure from Natalia Silva the whole fight though. She tried.
Scorecards, we have 29-28 across all boards, with the judges saying Rose winning the second round.
I'm remembering wrong then. I wasn't paying super duper close attention to this fight. But
I feel like I was. I had Rose winning rounds 1 and 3.
okay, that's
She
what I
outstruck her
thought
in
too.
round.
Yeah, that's
Rose
what I
outstruck
thought.
Silva in round 1. Even at 2 strikes, she still outstruck her. The damage was pretty equal on both sides.
I think Rose was landing some of the heavier shots too.
Yeah, I think Rose won that fight. I think she got screwed.
I do too, man. It's very it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with this one. What Rose does from here. Moving up, we had Waldo Cortez Acosta and Derek Lewis. Cortez looking great, man. Fast. Got him out of there in 2. A little later than I expected him to. Kind of weird, Lewis. We don't know if he injured his knee, but he definitely buckled something before he sat down and just accepted his defeat. Off of that note, I had mentioned to you a lot of fighters slipping and falling on the canvas on Saturday. I'm assuming it has to do with all the stickers they have placed on the canvas. As soon as you start sweating, it turns into like an ice rink, and they got to do something about that. They're gonna have to put up banners or something. There's a lot of fighters slipping and falling. Anywho, Costa looking great. He's going to be a problem at heavyweight for a long time. I don't really got a whole lot to say. He came out, looked good, hit hard. Lewis didn't really have much to offer. He looked 40 in this fight.
Yeah, I got nothing more to add to that. Lewis is finally starting to look old. The slip on the vinyl stickers, and Acosta just looking like Acosta. Acosta said he wants to fight 6 times this year, I think. Something like that.
Jeez. Speaking of Acosta, that's who Hockey called out. Waldo Cortez Acosta, you absolutely suck. Which, for anyone that doesn't know, that was a Chael Sonnen, uh, like a little hint at Chael Sonnen from when he said, Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck, back in the day. Almost won that fight, too. Anything else you want to add on about this one?
No, we can go to the next one.
Alrighty, moving up. Sugar Sean O'Malley looking fantastic, taking it 29-28 on all three judges' scorecards. He looked great. He looked like the O'Malley we wanted to see. The striking was crisp. He hit hard. He landed that same devastating knee he hit Cheeto Vera with. And he just looked good. He looked ready to get back in there. It makes sense that he's only really lost to Marab. He's good, man. He's one of the best in the world for a reason. He's a superstar, and he really showed that on Saturday night.
The Sugar Show is back. That's all I really got to say about it. The superstar is back again. He is who he thinks he is. He is the superstar, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
he looked good. He looked like himself. He looked ready to be in there, and I'm excited.
He's taking shots and smoking weed again. Let's go.
Yep, he called for the Piotr Jan rematch. He said, "I know you want
He
that
should get
rematch. You know I want the belt." He should get it, but we'll see if they give it to Marab first, or maybe I don't think they're gonna give O'Malley Marab again. There's no reason to. He's 0-2 against him. But I'd be
I've been
down to
hearing
see the.
San Diego O'Malley.
We've been wanting to see that for a while, but I think O'Malley handles Sandhagen pretty decisively. Give him Piotr Jan again. I'd love to see that. And
Oh my God.
moving up, man, main event of the evening. Justin Gaethje showing up and showing out like an OG. He looked great. I can't believe it. He absolutely humbled Paddy Pimblett. He told Paddy that his face wouldn't look the same after the fight, and it didn't. Do have to mention that there were some fouls. That's how you take him though, man. You take him like a man. Two eye pokes, two low blows. Paddy's still trying to take his head off the whole time. He was saying all week, I'm gonna try to knock him out, and he tried to. He didn't abandon that game plan once, and we know for sure that Scousers don't get knocked out. Gaethje had him so close to being finished a minute and a half into the first round, and Paddy pulled through. Paddy had not a lot for him. His striking looked all right. He had no grappling. He got out wrestled. Gaethje's top pressure was too much for him. Paddy tried pulling a couple of triangles. They just immediately slipped off. Apparently, he shot 5 takedowns in the fight. It looked more like 3 to me. Got none of them. He got absolutely shut down. Ilya would do bad things to Paddy. Ilya's going to do bad things to Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje said, I'm here to ruin the show, just like he did with Khabib and Ferguson. And he did. He spoiled it for everybody. 48-47, 49-46, 49-46, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, scorecards are right. The knee was there, like I said. Paddy threw it a few times. It just wasn't strong enough. Gaethje is a monster. He was swinging with ruthless aggression inside that octagon. Everything he threw was throwing him off balance, like you were calling. Uh, he was way more technical against Fiziev. That's the kind of Gaethje I was expecting to come out. It was not that same Gaethje. This was a brawl. This was a barroom brawl for
Should have
Gaethje, and
been
Paddy
fight
tried.
of the year on the first event.
Yeah, really. That was fight of the night, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, getting the new $100,000 bonuses. So it was there was everyone that got a finish got a $25,000 bonus. Fight of the night went to this, and then performance of the night, I believe, went to Acosta and I'm blanking on the other one
Lewis,
right now. Huh?
Pocket,
Pocket. Yep. Yep.
Lewis,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Pocket.
Yeah, they got performance of the night. Well deserved too. Well deserved. Great card. Good way to start the year off, man. Missed out on 3 fights. Still ended at the same time it normally would have. So that's good to know. I am still very interested to see this Harrison Nunes fight whenever it happens, if it happens. It's a shame it fell off, but it was still a great card. I was happy overall. Picks weren't fantastic. Well, that's not true. The picks were pretty good, but it was,
We went 8-3. We went 8-3.
yeah, just wrong methods. So we got the Ty Miller round 1 KO, we smacked that. We got the Hockett inside the distance KO, round 1 KO, smacked that. Perez screwed us. I didn't have Perez on any slip. Krylov screwed us. These two we had paired with a lot of stuff because we were pretty confident in them, and that just wiped out a lot of our parlays right off the bat. Ateba not getting a knockout. I know that screwed a lot of people. Umar I did not have on my slips because I was on Fanatics. Didn't have him on there. You got him on DraftKings though, right?
Yep. I had him on a few things.
So we had those. Silva decision. I did not think that was going to happen. I know Allen hadn't been finished before, but I still thought that Silva would be able to get it done. So right people, wrong methods. Natalia Silva decision. We got that. Costa KO. We got that. I thought it'd be in the first round. We got the under 1.5. Malley decision hit, and then Gaethje decision did not. I don't think anybody expected that. Overall, 8-3, not bad. Not a bad way to start the year off. And you got anything else you want to add on to 324?
No. Let's get into 325.
Alrighty, moving on to 325. Is it in Perth or
I
Sydney?
think so.
It's in Australia. We're gonna have 4 fights from the road to UFC to kick it off. We got Namzrai Batbayar and Aaron Tao. Aaron Tao's a heavy pressure striker. He's got big, heavy looping shots. He kind of fights exactly like he looks like he would fight, if you know what I mean. Batbayar's got a very similar fighting style. They're both going to be looking for a big one-shot KO. I think that Aaron Tao has more moments of slickness. He's not necessarily a very technical fighter, but he has his moments where he's feeling himself, and he's got that Mike Tyson-esque kind of shoulder roll to him. Aaron Tao's got a little bit more experience. We've seen him fight before, not in the UFC, but I think he was on some Dana White, either Contender Series. Yeah, it was Contender Series. I think he got smoked too.
Yeah, he went 3 rounds with Elijah Smith.
That's right. Yeah, he's tough though. He's very tough. I'm gonna be leaning on my early prediction towards the underdog here. I think he has a little bit more experience. He's a little tougher. He's a little bit better at what they're both gonna be trying to do here. This early in the week, I don't really have a whole lot to say about either of them, but my early prediction will be Aaron Tao, probably 29-28 decision.
All right. I'm gonna be on the other side with this one. I'm on Batbayar. Batbayar is always active, high volume striking, pressure heavy forward, effective grappling. He lands with power, and his only loss is to a current UFC fighter, Tumen Barrel.
Yep.
Now this guy is fast and aggressive. He lands about 3.5 strikes every minute on average, with a 25% takedown accuracy, landing about 2 takedowns in a fight. Tao, on the other hand, kind of fights like Dan Hooker.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
He won the Dan Hooker scholarship. He trains under Dan Hooker.
Yep, out of New Zealand.
He tends not to release his hands. He will pressure people against the cage and kind of just freeze. And that's not something you want to do against someone who's a high volume striker who's going to keep throwing things in your face.
All
So
right.
for that, I have to lean more towards Batbayar to get this done by decision.
All right. All right. I like it. We'll have to come back to this Friday after we do a little bit more research and see some weigh-ins and everything. But right off the bat, we're going against each other. So moving up, we've got Szalay and Lawrence Louis. Would never expect this man's name to be Lawrence Louis, but Solgren got. Let me say this right. Sulangrangbo. Usually I say these right. Is the cousin
Szalay.
of Sumadarji. He's a prospect to keep an eye on, man. He's only 20 years old. He's got a really, really nice, powerful, long rear uppercut. Very clean kickboxing combinations. A really good, crisp flow to his striking. He finds his timing early. He's got very, very, very clean body work. And he's dangerous. I think if he wins this, we're definitely going to be seeing more of him, and he has real potential to be a problem for some of these fighters at 135. Lawrence Louis, he's a weird striker. He fights out of city kickboxing, but he's not that typical technical Israel Adesanya type fighter you would expect to come out of city kickboxing. He's more of a peekaboo style, almost Philly shell, high Muay Thai guard esque fighter. He's got decent forward pressure, decent clinch work, decent takedowns. He doesn't necessarily try to chain wrestle, but he will keep shooting the takedowns to try to get you down there. Um, I don't think any of that's going to matter. Szalay is very athletic. He's so young at 20 years old, so I'm sure he has a lot to learn. But right now, I'm going to be leaning early KO for the young up and comer.
Okay, okay. I I'm on Szalay as well here. Like you said, he's still very young. Um, I don't like Lawrence Louis' striking. He is very durable though. He does have a constant jab that he's always throwing. He is moving forward. He trusts his chin a lot. But that being said, Louis does get hit about 3 times on average every minute, while Szalay landing about 4 strikes a minute. Now, with that being said, Szalay is a dynamic striker with amazing takedown defense. He has defended all takedowns in his last fight. Every single one of them, dude shot, got defended. He has a 100% takedown defense. He has not been. He's not going to get taken down here. I don't think Louis is going to even shoot though. This is going to be on the feet. And maybe Louis averages about
If
4
he's getting
takedowns a
hurt,
fight.
if he's getting hurt, he definitely could shoot a takedown or two, or at least attempt them.
But Szalay has 6 KO wins. He's been KO'd once. Louis has 4 KO wins. Never lost. Never been finished. This could be the one. Yeah, I'm gonna lean Szalay KO here with you.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking it's gonna happen early, first or second round. But we'll do
Grangbo's
some more
also
research on that throughout the week.
Grangbo is also on a 9-fight win streak.
Crazy, man. 20 years old. You love to see it.
Let's see if he can make it 10.
10 in a row for the 20-year-old. We'll see. Moving up, we got Sebastian Szalay versus what's his first name here? Kalikiro Nakamura. Nakamura, man, he looks good from the outside. He's got a long range. He's kind of got a McGregor-esque style. He is inspired by Conor McGregor. He's got that wide karate stance. He's pretty good with his inside combos too. He's got good forward pressure, good dirty boxing, but he likes to keep it at range and fight with that wide stance. Szalay's got a little bit more experience than him. 3 fights at that. He's a champ at Eternal MMA in Australia. He rips really good body shots. They both have really good combos. Sebastian Szalay does have 5-round experience. He's a switch stance fighter, which can be a problem for people with that wide karate stance. They can really rip calf kicks really, really heavy. I think when it comes to the grappling, Sebastian's going to look a little fuller, a little bigger. I think he might be able to have his way a little bit more than Nakamura will. Um, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I think either way it's going to be a competitive decision, but I think Sebastian just has a little bit more experience. I think he's fought a little bit better competition, and I think he's got what it takes to get a 29-28 decision.
Yeah, I think I'm on your side here again with Sebastian. Now, Nakamura has good takedown defense. He's a southpaw. He's constantly swinging with powerful intent, but he's not powerful. He's not gonna really knock people out. He has some KO wins, but he's not. He doesn't have the real ability to knock out somebody at a higher level. Sebastian, great powerful striker. He might not be as fast, so he's gonna be looking for that counter punch KO. But they're throwing almost about the same. Their takedown defense is about the same. And they're both on long win streaks. Sebastian's on a 9, Nakamura on a 7. But it's just going to come down to Cezare's striking defense, looking for that counter punch, or Nakamura just getting lucky, I would say.
And I think Sebastian's going to have what it takes. I think he'll find the openings. I think he'll be a little bit more active, have a few more of the ooh and ah moments. And that's what really starts to sway the judges. I think he's going to win the end of rounds. I think he knows he has to with his 5 round experience. He's just been under the lights a little bit more than Nakamura, and I think it's going to show.
Nakamura does have the reach advantage here with a 4-inch reach.
Yep. And he's going to try to use it too. He's going to try to play on the outside, but if he crashes and closes the distance, I think he'll be playing into Sebastian's game a little bit.
And that's what Nakamura likes to do. He likes to crash distance, overwhelm opponent. Sebastian just has to find that right counter shot, and it could put him out, but I trust Nakamura's chin to go to decision.
Yeah.
He's only been finished by sub.
Yeah, I do too. We'll talk more about that one on Friday. Moving up, we've got Dom Marfan versus Song Uk Kim. I think it was Dom Marfan that was he was a lightweight finalist on the road to UFC, I believe. I could have that wrong. He's the better grappler. He's younger. Like you said, intent. Sang-Uk Kim intends to fight like the younger fighter, but he's not. He tries to be. I don't know how to explain it with words. You just gotta watch him fight, and you'll see exactly what I mean. He doesn't have as much room to improve like a 25-year-old fighter in Dom Marfan does. He Marfan just has he's great all around. He's got good grappling. He's got good takedowns. He's got a really good body lock takedown. Kim is the equivalent of he's like a Korean Navy SEAL. So he's tough. I think that's where he gets the nickname Frogman. He's definitely tough. Probably too tough for his own good. And dudes like that, you got to submit him. You got to hold him down and just not give him the chance to tough it out. Marfan, with that being said, is definitely live for a one-sided decision. Marfan has 2 losses. Do you know who those 2 losses are to, Brodie?
I know who one of them is too.
Quill and Salkilld. He's only lost to Quill and Salkilld, and we know
They're
Quill and
both
Salkilld.
Salkilld?
Yeah, his only
Oh my
losses are to
god.
Quill and Salkilld, and Quill and Salkilld is an absolute blue chip world eating prospect right now. So you got to rate those losses high, even if they were devastating. I haven't seen them yet, but even if they were devastating, that's okay. Don Marfan's fought the better competition. He has a little bit less experience. He's younger, 7 years younger. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage, and I think that's really going to work for him. I don't think either of them are necessarily ready to run through the UFC quite the way Quill and Salkild's been. But he has more potential to grow in the UFC as the younger fighter. This is the last of the road to UFC fights, by the way.
I think again I'm on your side with this one.
Per usual, we usually only disagree on 1 or 2.
The only thing I will say I don't like is John Marfan's volume is very low, but Kim is the type to give one to take one.
Yeah.
Like he'll take a punch to give a punch. That's the only thing I really don't like here. Kim's takedown defense is solid too at a 71%, while Fan can be takedown basically whenever. That's my only worry. But like you said, he is the younger fighter. He is the faster fighter.
Even if he gets taken
Kim,
down, though, I think his grappling is a lot better.
yeah, Finn's a high level BJJ background. He's
Yeah.
still working on striking. He's light on his toes. He mixes targets up well, to the head and to the body, kicks to the legs. But Kim's going to be looking to pressure forward. He's not technical. Kim is not fast. He will plant his feet and throw hard. He's like an old school tough guy. It's the best
Yeah.
way I can think of.
Like a brawler.
And Kim's last loss was to Rongju.
Yep. But you
So
gotta rate that loss. It's not a bad loss.
Yeah,
Same
which
as
Salkilld and
Darmar
Rongju were
Fons.
supposed to fight on this card, and that got yeah.
That was gonna be a
Rongju pulled
fucking
out.
wicked good fight too. Yeah. That was gonna be a wicked good fight. I was excited for it.
But yeah, I'm on Fan here. I think you're right. I think the grappling edge will give it to him. Younger, faster fighter. I'm gonna say decision.
Definitely see Kim shoot his way into a guillotine, but I'm with you on the decision here. I think it's going to be a 30-27, maybe 29-28 if Kim comes out really heavy out the gate, but I'm going to go 30-27 decision for Marfan.
Yeah, Kim's never been finished. He has lost all 3 losses come by way of decision. All the fans' losses have come by way of submission. So I guess Salkilld subbed him twice.
Yep. Which Salkild's known for the grappling, even though he's been dusting people.
Yeah, it's crazy. That dude's relentless.
Yeah, man. We'll talk more about him in a little bit.
I'm on Fan here with you.
Cool. All right, so we agree on 3 out of 4 of the road to UFC fights, and if you guys are betting these, we're gonna talk that later in the week. You have to bet it like contender series fights, because they're not real UFC fights. Yeah, remember that they're glorified regionals. But
do not pair these with any like other.
Yeah,
UFC
no,
cards.
play them on their own. Just these 4.
Yeah,
exactly. And if you want to maybe play these 4 straight or parlay and whatever, roll that into the real UFC fights. I would not put any of this stuff with the actual UFC fights.
Agreed.
So moving on to the actual first UFC fight of the night, we've got Ofli going up against Yizha. Ofli coming off of that big upset win over Ricardo Ramos, which I called. I said it. I've got the notebook right here. And the first note that I wrote down about this fight, where is it? Very first note I wrote down about the Ofli and Ricardo Ramos fight is that Ricardo Ramos, I hope you can see this, is a quitter. He's a quitter. I said, I personally think he is a quitter. That was the first thing I said, and then Ofli came in and made him quit. So I don't know where you rate that win necessarily. A lot of people thought that Ramos was a lot better than I think he ever has been or ever will be. Ofli absolutely showed levels to the grappling game. And that's just what he does. Yizha was a road to UFC winner. Ofli was a road to UFC finalist. Yizha is not just a boxer, believe it or not. I know he looked like it against Weston Wilson, but he's actually got pretty good wrestling. I think Ofli's wrestling's a little bit better, even though he got out-wrestled by Naimov. So it's weird MMA math. It doesn't always add up. But I think Yizha has more potential to shut down the wrestling than Ofli has to have success with the wrestling here. Yizha is the harder hitter. He's the better striker, the better kicker. Ofli's a pressure grappler, so he's going to be trying to get him down and hold him down. You're not going to see him going for a lot of transitions or a ton of submission attempts. If they open themselves up, they will. But he's willing to just ride the clock out. He is very, 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 very strong. Very strong. But I think if you combine Yizha's takedown defense with his crisp striking, it's going to be too much for Con Ofli. Yizha's a couple years younger. Think he's got, yeah, he's got a 5-inch reach advantage at the same height. That's crazy. And Yizha has just looked really good up until this point. I can't remember what his last fight was off the top of my head, but he looks good. Oh, that was his last fight. Okay, okay.
Where he finished him in like 37 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, Con Ofli 1-2 in the UFC. Like you said, the Ramos is a quitter, so you can't really rate that win as much. Ofli's great on the ground. He is terrible at, you could say, on the feet. Has a negative striking differential. He's maybe landing 1 for every 2 shots he takes. I don't know. He's strong, but he just sucks. He's strong on the ground. He sucks on the feet. He has a 0% takedown defense, which he's there to be taken down if Yizha wants him down. Yizha can take him down constantly in this fight if he wants to. Yizha also 1-2 in the UFC. Powerful grappler. He has good range management, like you said, with those kicks. Very great kicks. Strong. He can blast takedowns, and he will slam opponents on the mat. He will pick you up DC style and slam you down. I like Yizha here. I think the random power, the grappling is going to be too much for Ofli. I think he's going to be able to work his way out of any grappling submissions that Ofli wants to try to throw up. So I'm gonna go Yizha inside distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go early lead. I'm going Yizha KO. All right, moving up, we've got Jonathan Micallef going up against the Welsh gangster Oban Elliott. Kind of similar in their fight style. I think Oban's a little bit faster, a little crisper in the boxing, and hits a little bit harder. He's got really snappy body kicks, but Micallef definitely has better high kicks. You don't really see Oban throw those all too much. He throws more body kicks and leg kicks. Oban really lives up to his name, man. He's a Welsh gangster. He's tough. He's fast. He's strong. Micallef is tough, but he has been knocked out before. I think early lead, I think Oban Elliott's toughness is going to let him edge out a decision. I don't think he's going to be getting finished by Micallef here. I think if anything, he'd be more open to crack Micallef with that big right hand and maybe put him down. Don't have a whole lot to say about this one early. Oban is a really good live underdog. I think they're going to be closer to pick'ems come fight night. And yeah, I'm going to be leaning Oban Elliott decision early for this one.
I really wanted to pick Oban here so bad. So bad. But the only way I can see him getting this done is him pulling off something in round 3. Micallef is another one of those strike to be strike type of fighters. And Oban does a really good job of trying to slip some strikes, slip punches, duck out of the way. But it's just exposed something in Elliott in his last fight. That takedown defense is atrocious.
Yeah, it is.
You couldn't do nothing. So if Micallef does have some random power. He does have knockout wins of his own. He has 2 of them. So it's rough. I want it so badly to pick Oban, but I think I'm on Micallef. I've been hearing Micallef and Salkilld are going to be the next best things coming out of Australia. And if that's true, Micallef is going to dispose of Elliott. Hopefully worse than coded.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen Oban get finished.
Yeah, we know Oban has 15-minute cardio. We know he's well-rounded. He dances well on the outside, but his takedown defense is just terrible. Ko took him down 6 times.
Yeah, it was rough.
But Micallef slows down. His Kevin Doucette fight, all the judges gave round 3 to Doucette. So he slows down in the 3rd round. If Oban can put something together in round 3 and find a way to get Micallef out of there, out of there. He can win this still. But I'm going to have to lean towards Micallef. I mean, he's sending Kevin Jusay packing. And
I never
yeah,
rated Kevin Jusay that high.
he's not. He can't even get a win. What is it, the PFL he's in right now?
Yeah.
But Micallef's only lost has come by knockout. I mean, Oban's been knocked out twice. Micallef's been knocked out once. Both their chins aren't the greatest. It's just going to be who's going to throw harder, faster. Micallef has the hometown advantage here. He's not going to have to travel. Oban's going to have to travel for this. I'm going to go Micallef.
All right. We'll have to check back in later in the week and see how we're feeling on that one. Moving up, we've got a fight that I'm really not that excited for in Jacob Malkoun facing off against the most exciting fighter the UFC's ever seen, Torres Finney.
Let's go, Finney!
Malkoun's got decent boxing. He lets his hands go every now and then. He actually has a couple of pro boxing fights, but he's a black belt in BJJ, and that's more where he tries to let it show. He sets up a lot of his jabs for the takedown, and he's not really a super fluid striker. He can definitely be stiff and kind of board-like with his head movement, but he does keep that lead hand peppering, tries to kind of keep their head snapping back so he can shoot in for the takedown. Torres Finney, man, has an absolute circus build. He's a wrestler. He's actually been training with DC lately. So he's gonna have that top heavy pressure. He's gonna be looking to hold him down and just draw the clock out. I hate watching Torres Finney. Hate watching Torres Finney fight so much. He's not nearly as athletic as DC. Malkoun has way faster hands. He's definitely live to stop the Finney takedowns, but if Finney gets the takedown, he's not going to be coming off of him until the end of the round. Not sure if anybody remembers, but Malkoun did have a pretty close fight with Brendan Allen 3 years ago. He looked really, really good. I think it was a split decision. I think this is just my heart that wants it more than anything, but I'm going to go with Malkoun decision to end the streak of Torres Finney finally. And expect some extreme commentator bias coming from the side of DC. I think Malkoun's going to box him up good enough.
So, I'm taking Finney.
I know you are.
I'm taking Finney. Like, I understand his fight against Valentine was god awful. It was an atrocious performance. It was piss poor performance against Valentine. All three of his Contender Series fights are way better than that one fight. But Finney's constantly shooting takedowns. He's not going to stop. He will not stop. He is a
DC
bowling
right
ball
there.
of a man. Yes, with DC in his corner now, helping him get better, he's going to be constantly shooting. Finney is the only man to get 3 wins on the Contender Series every way, decision, submission, and KO. So he can finish this fight anywhere he wants. Malkoun is 4-3 in the UFC. He KO'd Petrosky off a hip. Petrosky just kind of dove for a takedown and knocked himself out off the dude's hip. Does he have a metal hip?
No.
Are we sure Malkoun does not have a metal hip? But he's also coming off an injury, undisclosed injury. I have no idea what it is. I can't find anything about it. Yeah, he's coming back from an injury.
Huh.
I couldn't find anything on what it was. It just says undisclosed. With that undisclosed injury, I don't know what it is. It could be something with his legs. It could be something in his shoulders that could affect his power, his speed. I'm going to go with Finney.
We'll have to see how they look throughout the week. My heart wants Finney to lose. I hate watching him fight. I think he's so boring.
Finney also, gets about 10 takedowns on average in a 15-minute fight.
Which is surprising because you would think you would be able to hold people down a lot longer than that, and to even be able to get 10 takedowns.
He might now with DC's help.
Yeah, he's definitely he's got the build for it, so, when you don't have a neck, quite a few less subs you have to worry about getting put into.
Yeah, Gillies, you don't gotta worry about them. Rear naked chokes, don't gotta worry about.
Anything else you want to add on to this one?
No, let's move on up the card.
All right, moving up, we got a guaranteed exciting fight in Cam Rowston going up against Cody Brundage. Brundage, he's not the best fighter, but he always has a fun fight. Something is always guaranteed to go awry when we see Cody Brundage in the octagon. Cam Rowston's gonna knock him out. Brundage is another guy who's more tough than skilled. He definitely has the heart to be a fighter. I wouldn't say necessarily has the skills to be a fighter. And he always seems to just get the shit end of the stick in every outcome, at least for the last couple of years. Rowston's a really good striker. He's got pretty solid grappling game, even though Finney laid on him and blanketed him for the whole 15 minutes in their fight before. He beat Petrosky in the first round. He's coming out of City Kickboxing. He really uses that long jab well. He's got good feints. He uses the reach. He's gonna have a 3-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage on Cody Brundage. He's actually a pretty good BJJ artist. We haven't really gotten to see it much yet, even though, like I said, even though he got blanketed. Brundage, he's an alright wrestler. He's got heavy overhands. He's got mess striking. What the hell is that? He's got mess striking. Sorry, I lost where I was at. Something just fell behind me. Brundage is probably going to be looking for the takedown, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Rowston's definitely live to knock out Brundage with those straight shots right up the middle. He's going to be fighting on home turf, and he's definitely live for the club and sub too with that grappling, and he might be looking to showcase some of it. So if he knocks down Brundage, he's not able to just romp on him and get him out of there. He's definitely live to sub him. Early lead is definitely going to be Cam Rowston inside the distance, probably getting it done in 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. Brundage has had the weirdest last 5 fights, probably, of any UFC fighter.
It's been a weird run, yeah.
A really weird one.
Do you have him up?
I got a decision loss to Eric McConaughey. We got a draw to Mansour Abdul Malik, I believe it was.
That's from the back of the headshots.
Yeah, he's got a knockout win. I don't have that one.
That was over the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, then he has a no contest against, that was Abdul Razak Al-Hassan.
Yep.
And then he lost a split decision, and I don't have that one up. But he's very unpredictable, Brundage, but he's very exciting. I don't think he knows what he's going to do next inside that octagon. Everything's just so random. He starts like with a game plan the first 2.5 minutes, and then it's almost like Chandler. It's just out the window, and here we go. On the other hand, Rowston KO'd Andre Petrosky in his debut. He was able to withstand any of the grappling that Petrosky was throwing at him. He's a long neck battle giraffe, so he is sustainable to Gillies if someone can get him into one. But he has great BJJ to back that up. He's good volume, a nice jab, plenty of power. His wrestling is pretty poor. He did lose on the Contender Series 2 Torres Finney, where he was just constantly taken down.
It's blanketed.
But he didn't stop. He did not give up in that fight no matter what. He has heart. He's going to come to win. So yeah, I'm going to lean Rowston getting it done in 1.
Rowston done in 1. I like it. Moving up the card, we've got Junior. I don't know how he's still in the UFC. Tafa going up against Billy Elekana. Man, I don't know how the Tafa brothers are still in the UFC. Tafa's another dude. He's always got a fun fight, but it's always quick. He just doesn't have the skills to be in the UFC. The UFC really had this want for Samoans because they're known to be so tough, but the Tafas ain't it, man. Elekana is going to have a 5-inch reach advantage. Junior Tafa has absolutely no ground game. He has no plan on improving it. His only way out of a takedown is just raw strength, which I don't think is going to matter against the skill set of Billy Elekana. He knows how to use that reach advantage. Elekana's got very technical kickboxing. He's always got a submission threat. He could easily win by sub or KO. His hands are so dangerous. He lives to, or he's live to just jab his way into an opening for a takedown. By tiring Tafa out. Tafa's gas tank sucks. My early lead, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's gonna be Elekana first round. I'm gonna say KO. I think he gets him out of there in emphatic fashion.
The last Tafa brother standing in the UFC. 2-4, powerful kickboxer, sucks everywhere on the ground, sucks everywhere in grappling, and he is the worst out of the Tafa brothers. This is KO or bust for Junior. His
Always
footwork is but he will engage. He has a decent chin, but like I said, piss poor takedown defense. He's taken down by any wrestler, any fighter who wants him down will take him down. Elekana, 2-1 in the UFC. His only UFC loss comes to Bogdan Guskov, where it was submission. Guskov couldn't even knock out Elekana. I didn't rewatch the fight. I'm a little blurry on it, but he has he had a boring 15-minute stare down fight with Ebo that probably could have went either way. Elekana should have won that too, but then the fight after that, he dropped, then subbed Kevin Christian in round 1, which is something that I could see happening here. I could see Elekana moving in, hitting Tafa with a few punches, shooting for a quick takedown, grabbing the back, and just choking out Tafa. I like Elekana by sub. I feel like that's an easy call here.
first round.
Tafa does have 2 sub losses. One of them where his ankle was ripped off by Walker.
Yep, as he
And
does.
that started the whole ankle taking
What's he
streak.
on, number 4 now? 5?
He took 4. He'll be working his way to the 5th with I think it's Tibura he's getting next.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Can't wait to break that
But,
one down.
but yeah, Elekana he trusts his chin. He's never been knocked out, so I don't think Tafa's gonna get him out of there. I think Elekana is gonna finish Tafa, but I'm predicting a submission win here.
Yeah, I'm thinking Elekana, light work, first round.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, moving up, we got the first card on the main event. Quillen Salkilld going up against Jamie Mullarkey. I don't know what Jamie Mullarkey did behind the scenes, but he has just been kind of being fed to the wolves. Quillen Salkilld has just been absolutely unstoppable since he made his way into the UFC. This was supposed to be against Rongju. We mentioned that earlier. That was going to be exciting. I still would have taken Quillen. He's got great striking, great timing, great power in his hands. His legs are tree trunks. Great power in those kicks. Believe it or not, he's got fantastic grappling. It's what he's known for is his groundwork. I think he's going to come out looking to prove a point that he's the better Aussie. And he's really going to try to cement that blue chip prospect status. I don't think Mullarkey has the defense for this. I don't think he has the speed for it. He's going to look too stiff. He's going to be kind of sitting there waiting to be hit. I think it's going to be another quick round 1 highlight reel finish from Quillen Salkilld. I don't see Mullarkey having a path of victory here at all. I think it's going to be, I think they have a night and day difference in their careers right now, and Quillen just has so much momentum heading up for him, and I don't think it's going to be stopped yet. And definitely not from Jamie Mullarkey.
Yeah, Mullarkey's 6-6 in the UFC, 31 years old. He has been knocked out 6 times.
Yeah.
Out of his last 5 fights, 3 of them, the 3 he lost, all came by way of knockout. Um, Interesting here though, Mullarkey's never lost at home in the UFC. He's also has never fought another Aussie at home in the UFC. This is a short few weeks notice fight for Mullarkey. He's well rounded. He can beat lower tier fighters, but he struggles with the higher tier ones, who I believe Quillen Salkilld is.
Yep.
Salkilld on a 3-0 streak in the UFC, a 10 win streak overall he's currently on. Coming off a violently head kick KO to Hackprast, where I don't know about you, but I thought he was dead.
Yeah, that was
I thought
actually really, really
I
scary. That was really scary.
um before that he had a decision win over Ashmuse, where he shot. This is crazy. He shot 23 takedowns and got 8 of them. We're
Wow.
talking about his relentless wrestling.
Wow.
His fight against Gate Young on the Contender Series, he shot 22 takedowns and got 9 of them.
That's what he
He
does.
shot 4 against Hackprass, got none of them. Hackprass got settled, thought he was gonna wrestle, and then got head kicked.
Yep.
Kill will mix it up constantly. He'll get you comfortable one area. He also has a 1 shot, well, more like a 8 shot KO over on Jewel Jubilee, who I don't know if he's still in the UFC. Um,
They probably caught him.
but Salkilld has more than just the dog in him. He might have the gift to go to the top of be top 15 in this division.
That was my next talking point. I definitely think we're gonna see Quillen in the top 15 this year. By the end of the year, we should at least see him fighting for his chance in the top 15. But I
I
hope
mean,
they
he's
don't
got a
rush him
great
up the
kick.
rankings too fast.
Yeah, great kicks, good range management, keeps you guessing. BJJ black belt. Quillen Salkilld should knock out Jamie Mullarkey, or he should sub Jamie Mullarkey. I'm gonna go Quillen Salkilld. Early lean, get this done. ITD.
Couldn't agree more, Brody. All right, moving up, we've got the long anticipated return of Tai Tuivasa going up the possibly fraud checked Taliesin Teixeira, depends how you look at it. Ty's finally back, man. It's been a long layoff. He looks good. He's definitely been on a diet. He was definitely pushing well over 300 pounds while he was off at the beginning. It was scary. He he's late in his career. He's on a 5 fight losing streak right now. Definitely doesn't look good for him. Tai Tuivasa in the days of old looked fantastic. Always a fun fight, always a war. But Taliesin, 6'7", 267 pounds. That's scary. That's very scary. He got caught against Derek Lewis, but anybody that goes up against Derek Lewis is live to be caught. It only takes one from him. I think Ty's going to come out looking like the older, slower fighter, and I think he's going to have a lot of ring rust. I think it might be the last we see of Tai Tuivasa after this. I think Taliesin is going to look composed. I think Tai Tuivasa is going to look somewhat lost in there. I think Taliesin is going to be able to work that 83-inch reach, which is an 8-inch reach advantage. I think he's going to be able to work that no problem with those long, straight shots right up the middle. And I think he catches Tai with a 1-2, puts him down early. Again, I think a lot of these fights are going to be ending early.
Yeah, I'm on your side here with this one too. Tai Tuivasa just has been looking good, and as like you said, the last five fight losing streak. His last fight was what year and some months ago
Yeah, it's been a while.
against Rosenstraat, where it was just a stare you down point striking fight. Um, uh, uh, Ty's 8-8 in the UFC. He just hasn't been looking like his earlier self. He's still heavy handed, still has some okay. I can't even say okay volume. He has a negative strike differential now.
Yeah.
Uh,
He starts getting
he's
hit and he
taking
just
it.
stands there and takes it.
Yeah, he's taking about 5 shots a minute, and Talison's landing about 12 a minute. Talison's high volume, but that could be skewed a little bit due to his last few fights. I think his fight against Lewis that doesn't get called if Talison doesn't grab the cage to get up.
Agreed.
I think I would have kept going. I'm kind of biased towards that. Glad they called it. I had money on Lewis, but yeah, I think it's going to be too much for Tuivasa. The height, the range, the power. It's too much at this point in his career.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taking it seriously anymore. He might just be here for a paycheck. If I have the right fighter, I think he just opened up a brewery or is about to.
Sounds like something you would do.
So I'm going Teixeira on this fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think it's gonna be early, and I think it's gonna be a one-way street. Moving up, we've got a striking fan's absolute wet dream in Rafael Fiziev going up against Mauricio Ruffy. Fiziev, he's a striking coach at Tiger Muay Thai. He's got fantastic fast-paced pressure Muay Thai. Ruffy, he's got that McGregor Taekwondo style. Ruffy's a taller, longer fighter. He's no longer a fighting nerd, maybe at heart, but not in home. He's been training with Volkanovski in Australia. I don't know if it's just for this fight or not, but he's an absolute sniper on the outside, man. He can have issues when he's crashed in on and threatened with takedowns. But up until the last couple of fights, we never thought we'd see Fiziev shoot a takedown, but he did against Bahamondes. He actually worked the whole fight with his grappling, and we saw him get a couple of takedowns against Justin Gaethje. I don't see that being a huge threat this fight. If he does go that way, it could be an issue for Ruffy because he's definitely going to be training for a striking match for this. Fiziev will be punishing the legs of Ruffy for staying wide. It's going to happen. He's going to be throwing hard, fast, heavy leg shots consistently. But Ruffy, man, he's so precise with those counter shots. It could take one. He's definitely live to crack him with one. I don't necessarily see a KO coming from either side, especially since Gaethje couldn't finish Fiziev twice. I think they both went to decision.
Yep.
Regardless, though, it should be a really good fight. I think it's going to be a good way for Ruffy to get back onto the W train. I think he's just going to be able to work the distance a little more. I don't necessarily think Fiziev's attempts at crashing in are going to be all too successful. I think Ruffy's going to hit a little bit harder, and I think he's going to be a little more accurate on his strikes when he hits the button. So I'm going to lean early Mauricio Ruffy decision, 29-28.
Respect the pick. But I'm on the other side with this one. After seeing the terrible ground grappling of Ruffy in his fight against BSD, I think that since Fiziev's been mixing up the takedowns more in his more recent fights, that he's going to do the same thing here. And unless Ruffy has really sharpened up those skills working with Volkanovski, I can see the exact same thing happening. And that happened in Fiziev's last fight against, who was that? Is that Bahamondes or Zelhuber? I always mix those two up. I
Bahamondes.
think yeah, it could be the same thing that happened in that fight, where he takes him down, mixes up the grappling, mixes up the striking, and keeps Ruffy guessing. And then when Ruffy's hands are low, is waiting for a takedown, he starts throwing in the strikes. Both their chins have been tested. Like we said, Fiziev, Gaethje couldn't get him out of there in there too, so I don't think Ruffy's gonna get it done here. Ruffy's chin has been tested too. He's been knocked out once a long time ago, not in the UFC, but that the grappling is just where it worries me because Fiziev does have one submission win, nothing recent, but it's something that he does have in his bag of tricks, and it doesn't look like Ruffy has anything on the ground to suffice that. So just for the grappling advantage, I feel like the striking is going to be about the same. I got to go Fiziev.
All right, I respect the pick. We'll have to touch up more on that on Friday. So moving on to the co-main, Brodie, why don't you go ahead and get us started on this one? I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick.
Alrighty. Dan Hooker, 14-9 in the UFC, coming off a poor performance against Arman Tsarukyan, where all he had was the guillotine, and Arman got out of that and just controlled him the whole fight. Quick turnaround for him since it was a submission. He didn't take much damage, but I don't get how Hooker is ranked. Maybe one of you guys out there can tell me. I don't get how Hooker is ranked. All right, I don't get it. He's pressure forward. He's a long rangey kickboxer, ton of heart, but I don't understand it. I think BSD on the other side, KO Dariush, subbed Ruffy, sub Prepelec. His losses come by Moicano and Poirier, where this son of a bitch doesn't give up. BSD just comes forward. He doesn't feel pain. He is God of War. He is a mercenary coming in that octagon to kill or be killed. He's not going to worry about Hooker's power or striking or any of it. He's going to pressure forward, and he's going to try to probably do what Armin did. Take Hooker down, hopefully avoid the gilly, and get another submission. BSD does have 11 submission victories under his belt, and Hooker has 4 losses by sub. I think BSD controls this fight. He's more powerful, he's stronger, he's tougher. And I just think Hooker's at the tail end of his UFC career. He's just here for the money. He wants fun fights. He's not fighting for a title. BSD is here for the title. He wants that fight. He will do anything to get it. It is kill or be killed for him. I'm taking BSD.
You couldn't have said it better, Brody. Dan Hooker's coming back really soon. 2 months after his loss to Armin, first round sub. Benoit Saint Denis has just hit this new stride in his career ever since those Poirier and Moicano fights. And he's just looked unstoppable, man. He looks really good. Like you said, he looks like a mercenary in there. He's got fantastic wrestling. He's got so much power in his hands. All Hooker's really gonna have against him is pulling that gilly when Benoit inevitably takes him down. Uh, Hooker, he's just not top 10 caliber. He always falls short against the best of the best. He always has. I don't know how he's still in the top 15 myself. Patience is going to be key here for Benoit Saint Denis. Dan Hooker's going to try crashing in on him. He's going to try being hectic, hitting him with those flying knees. But that's all he's really going to have. I think Benoit, if he stays patient, he can counter him well. He can hit him with some really, really, really heavy shots and kind of find an opening for a club and sub. Early lead, I'm definitely going to be going Benoit Saint Denis round 1 finish. And I think we could see Benoit Saint Denis fighting for that BMF belt in the future.
Definitely. This is a BMF
Him
fight
versus
at its
Holloway. It'll be a fun fight.
Or Jarl, whoever wins.
Either way. What's your early pick for that, by the way?
Holloway.
Yeah, okay, me too.
But I will say I've called one Holloway fight right. Called one right.
I have to. I have to. Alrighty. Without further ado, moving up to the main event of the evening, a somewhat controversial rematch in Alexander the Great Volkanovski going up against the number 4 ranked featherweight Diego Lopes. I would feel a little different about this rematch had Diego not absolutely Thanos Gene Silva in their last fight. I mean, that was crazy, man. That was as brutal as it gets. That was the absolute epitome of like violence in its purest form. He hit Gene Silva with that spinning elbow, and it sucked the air out of my lungs when I saw the blood on his knee. He looked great. He was getting pressured so hard. He showed that he has an absolute chin of steel. You are not dropping Diego Lopes. He's a coach. He's patient. He's got good experience now. He's only losing to the best of the best in the UFC. And I do think Diego will be able to get it done this time around. Volkanovski has not had a fight since that last fight, so it's going to be an immediate rematch for him. He did beat him pretty clearly in that first fight, but I don't necessarily think that Volkanovski has Diego's number. I do think that the UFC really wants a Mexican champ right now, and that's why they're giving him the opportunity over Evloev or Lerone Murphy, who probably deserves a little more. But we can't forget that Lopes did hurt Volk a couple of times in the first fight. That 4th round, he had him wobbled really bad, saved by the bell. And I think Lopes was a little nervous going into that first fight. I think he fell victim to the pressure of the big lights. I think he's going to be ready for this rematch. It's probably all he's had on his mind. I think Diego Lopes is more likely out of the two of them. I think he has more potential to get a finish especially with his hands. And one thing I noticed, man, Volk tends to do it a lot. He goes straight back before he starts to circle out. And if Diego can kind of just have a little bit more confidence in himself in those moments and really lean into a couple of 1-2s or even a nice head kick while he's backing out, he could catch him similar to how Islam did. We know Volk can be put down. We know he's human. And I think Diego's super live to get it done. I think we're gonna see and new. And I don't think this fight makes it. I don't think this fight makes it to the last round. I think Diego gets it done in four or less. And I don't want to
Yeah,
disrespect Volk because he really is one of the greatest of all time. He really, really, really has potential to be the greatest featherweight of all time. But everyone has their time, and I think it's both of theirs.
yeah. One of the best featherweights of all time, one of the goats of the sport. Everyone knows Volkanovski. He's got insane cardio, great IQ, durability, volume, mixes everything up well. Positive striking differential,
So smart
dip,
too. His
duck.
IQ is off the charts.
It, it's it's great. Everything about Volk is a top level athlete.
It's
His
crazy.
training,
He used to play rugby at 205.
damn,
Yeah, he was a thick boy. Yeah, yeah.
damn. But yeah, one of the goats. But like you said, in the last fight, it wasn't clear. Um, I thought Lopez won. I think two of the rounds, if I'm remembering it right. I might have to
Yeah.
rewatch the fight. Um, he did hurt Volk a few times. A little more pressure heavy. He might have got Volk out of there. And I think I think a lot of people are going to be on Volk because of that first fight. But like you said, we've seen Lopez just dispatch Silva. We've seen Lopez get hurt and then finish the guy because Lopez was on skates
Yeah, he was.
and started playing with his food like he always does and paid for it. But yeah, I think Lopez is gonna win it this time. I think he's gonna make the improvements, the little adjustments. I think Volk's gonna come in thinking it's gonna be, you know, almost like the last fight, like maybe he little tweak here or there, but he can overcome it. Um, but if Volk pulls this off and he pulls off and he beats Murphy and he beats Evloev, he might just be the greatest featherweight of all time. At
Volk's
this
been
age, if he
saying
does
he's
that,
not done. He's been saying win or lose, he's not done. So we'll see.
I mean, we'll see. But if Lopez beats him in Australia, it would be the perfect time for Volk to retire.
Yeah, it
But
would.
he still moves like he's young. He still acts like he's young. He still strikes like he's young. Everything's still there with him. The power, speed. But I gotta lean Lopez this time.
You
I was
think it?
on Lopez last time. I'm on Lopez this time. I think it's Lechona's time. What do we got? Yeah, on takedowns, Volk's averaging about 2 in a 25-minute fight. Lopez's takedown defense is holding up at a 67%. Lopez ain't shooting many takedowns. This is going to be a stand for Bang again.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm taking Lopez. I'm gonna say third round KO.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking. Anything else you would like to add on, Brody?
I think I'm good.
All right. Well, between now and Friday, I'm gonna do my best to get a lot more research done for these fights so we can talk them a little bit more in depth. This kind of last minute. Uh, I'm assuming from wherever you guys are watching right now, you also have 2.5, 3 feet of snow right outside your window. So I'm gonna go dig my car out of a 3 foot snowbank, and we will be back Friday to talk weigh-ins and bets for UFC 325. That's it for you, Brody.
That's it for me.
All right. Well,
We'll see
thank
you
you
guys Friday.
guys. Thank you guys for joining and talking some MMA with us for a little bit, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.